Okay, I'm still wearing my peace sign. Okay, so today's song is Mark Jordan, and the song is Survival. And that is what we're talking about. Well, I don't know. I just listened to this song, and it's survival and a bunch of lyrics that are all kind of mumbled and jumbled, and I don't know exactly what the song is about. But for me, the song is about power versus force, the hidden determinants of human behavior. That's a book. Power versus force. The hidden determinants of human behavior. Hidden determinants. Things that determine what people do, and they're hidden to you. Hidden motivations. What are the hidden motivations of human beings? Power versus force. The hidden determinants of human behavior. Hidden. Do they teach you at school? Because a lot of times you learn about things that are hidden at school. The hidden determinants of human behavior. Well, human behavior is, when people have a behavior, is it good behavior, bad behavior, or just normal behavior, or abnormal behavior, or really strange behavior that's out of character behavior? The hidden determinants. So it's saying that there is something that causes all human behavior. Is it hidden so much that you can't find out what it is? Or is it hidden and it's like underneath your pillow when you lift up your pillow and there's your car keys? The hidden determinants of human behavior. Okay. Power versus force. So it seems to be something to do with this dichotomy of terms, power and force. So, if we think about power and force, force is force mass times acceleration. One of the smart students said that. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a million years and it's being blocked for me. Okay, so force, and the other is power. Power is the ability to do work. I don't know. This is like, I don't know, 10th or 11th grade, and that was a million years ago. Some days when I don't know, when I'm not blocked, I could tell you. Anyways, you're going to go with that because as far as I can go, under the criteria of whatever my limitations are right now. Power versus force. So it seems like there's two ways to affect human behavior. Power versus force, the hidden determinants of human behavior is the title of it. So you could use power and see what your results are on human behavior, or you can use force and see the results of that on human behavior. Because maybe what's hidden is the power or the force. Is it power? Is it force? It seems like it's one or the other. Are you applying force to this situation, or are you using power? But you're going to say, I still don't understand power and I still don't understand force. Power is the ability to do work, or power is the ability to get something done. Force is you get a crowbar and you're going to use force with a crowbar to pry open a car door because you lost the key and it's an old car and it's just going to the junk shop anyway. You're not going to reuse it. It doesn't matter if you break the door because it's just going to recycle bin anyway. And you needed to get that door open because there was something in the back seat you wanted. So you used a crowbar and you did break the door, and now you can get in the back seat, get what you wanted, throw the broken door in the trunk, and then the tow truck is going to come and load it on a flatbed and take it to, the crusher, because it's going to be crushed and then it's going to be sent someplace and melted down into new steel. That's force. Crowbar. Power is unknown to us so far, but it's not using a crowbar to a situation. It's the opposite. The opposite of a crowbar is still unknown, because you're trying to say, okay, well, in the situation of that broken down old car, there was something in the back seat. And how I got it out was applying force to the door. What other possible ways could I get something out of the back seat of that car without using a crowbar? There's a lot of dumb things, It's like, well, I don't know. It just doesn't naturally come to me what this power could be. Because it's always using force, like taking my crowbar and smashing the back window, or, smashing the windshield, or, smashing the front door windows and somehow getting into the car so I can get the back seat. How else is this going to happen? I got to get something out of the back. Nothing comes. It's like force is the only way that I can think of to get into this car. Nothing else comes to mind. What if it was a brand new car? You would call a locksmith who would get in without breaking the door or the window. So is using a locksmith power? Well, they're going to use a Slim Jim, or maybe they're going to have a universal car remote to use the key fob to find the key fob number of, whatever it is that the key fob opener of your door is. Was that power or force? The Slim Jim is force. And the other one is, you'd call that break and enter if they use that to get into your house or get into your car to steal that thing. You'd call that break and enter. Break and enter is a forced entry, so it's force. Okay, so we still don't know from that what power would be. Power versus force, the hidden determinants of human behavior. So what we've learned is you can use a crowbar on people. Well, if you can use a crowbar on a broken down old car, then you can use a crowbar on people too. Because the metal bent to your will when you use the crowbar. I'm serious. You pick up a crowbar and you walk towards somebody and you threaten them with a crowbar in your hand, that's force. That's an assault. That's a criminal offense. That's classified as, So, that's force. And you can get people to do things for you using force. Put a gun to a person's head and say, do whatever it is. And, quite likely the person is going to, do what you say. Isn't it true? So anything to do with military hardware is force. Anything to do with policy police is force. You know, whatever the policy police is of whatever the police is. A snitch at work, or, somebody pulls you over because the policy is that you must come to a full and complete stop at a stop sign. And you didn't. So we're still trying to figure this out. Well, the cop pulled you over with force. There's a cop car, he's got a siren, he's got lights, and then it comes out, it's got a billy stick, and it's got a gun. So, it's force. It's force, the physical force of the state that made you pull over. The state uses force on you to enforce its rules with police. So we still don't know what power is because we've gone to government now. Government uses force to enforce. Force to enforce. Government enforces its laws. Okay, so we still don't know what power is, but Power versus Force is the main title of the book. It's versus, so it's like, Apollo Creed versus Rocky. Rocky Balboa. They're opponents. They're opposites. No, not really, because Apollo Creed and Rocky are both using force. The force of their fists. They're the same, they're just wearing different colors. They're in a competition. Only one I don't know, I guess it could be a draw, but, pretty much it's, to be, I don't know, heavyweight champion of the world or whatever. So you use versus, the word versus, when you've got opponents. So it still implies that there's something in opposition to force. Force versus force is still force. Rocky versus Apollo is still force versus force. So we're still got this mystery thing. What is power? Ability to get things done. Well, you got something done with the crowbar. Some way to get things done that's not force. Okay, that makes logical sense. There's still a mystery of what that could be, but at least we've got some idea about what this is all about. Power versus force, the hidden determinants of human behavior. That's a lot of words in a title. So, power versus force. The hidden determinants of human behavior. What are the above-board determinants of human behavior? What are things that are blatantly obvious about human behavior that are not hidden? Well, let's say you're repaving a road, and there's a bunch of people doing road work. What determines that behavior? Well, the old road was an old road, and it was getting potholes and getting very rough. So the old road was worn out, and the behavior of paving it with new asphalt is in response to a good, a durable good, a road. But it's durable, but it doesn't mean it's going to last forever. It's like a fridge. It lasts a long time. Maybe, I don't know, 15 years could be. Some of the old ones would. But eventually, repair it or get a new one. So that's what happened. So the above board weathering of the road determines when the people who repave the road are going to come. Weathering and the amount of heavy traffic, when, whatever it was. Some inspector came along and said, this road is like, I don't know, we need to put in the budget because the road is like not a good road anymore. It's going to damage the vehicles. In the end, it's the cost to humans. You're going to pay money through your taxes to pay for the resurfaced road, or you're going to continually have repair bills for your car because it's out of alignment. And then you've got excess wear and tear on your tires, and I don't know, there was some loose asphalt that had broken off, and there was a big truck that went by, and somehow it caught it, and it flung an enormous rock at your car, and it smacked into your car, and it caused more damage to your windshield. So, one way or another, it's like, it's cheaper for us to fix the road. I don't know. In the end, the road is more than just that. It's like, moving stuff, human goods that we need. So, that was the original reason for road, is because we got to move that stuff there, over there. Okay, but we're out of power versus force because I still don't know what power is. Ability to do work. I can't help you out. Oh. This is one of those questions where you need a teacher. Because we played with this in our minds and we come up with bupkis. What are they referring to in this book title when they're talking about power? In the end, if you're reading this cover on a list of new books that just came into the bookstore, you're going to be puzzled because you're going to say, I don't know what this power is. And then your curiosity, if you're a curious person, is going to be, I need to know what this power is because it's going to bother me tonight. It is. It's going to bother me at 3 a.m. I'm going to wake up with heartburn. I'm going to roll over, grab a Rolaids and have some water. And that's going to be the reason why I got heartburn. It wasn't because of anything other than that's bothering me. Because I know what I'm like, because I'm a curious person. And if I know there's something out there that I don't know, that, is something that I want to know, because it's just like this puzzled me. It puzzled me when I was thinking about that this afternoon. So, if that's the case, Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior is your book. The author is David R. Hawkins.